a big criticism of renewable energy that I hear all the time is that the sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow. How do we cope with the intermittent nature of renewable energy, Andrew?
Well, the first point to make is that people who say that don't know what they're talking about. It's really not very difficult to stabilise solar and wind, and we actually end up with a more reliable electricity system, not less than the coal power systems. There's coal power stations are going offline frequently now because they're so old and clapped out, they're unreliable.
And do you think with battery storage and pumped hydro storage that a place like the Bega Valley could produce all our own energy requirements?
Absolutely. So with a reasonable pumped storage system, of which there are many, many, many in the Bega area, then the rooftop solar, maybe some ground-mounted solar, and maybe if you include the Boca Rock wind farm, which is just south of Cooma, then for the whole Cooma-Bega district, you would easily achieve balance so that over a course of a year, the inflows and outflows of energy from the whole area would be zero, or in fact could be negative. We would be exporting more than importing. But importantly, a decent pumped hydro in combination with home and vehicle batteries gives you all of the storage you need, so that for nearly every hour of the year you have balance as well. So there's nothing very difficult. Anyone who drives from Bega, for example, up the valley past Boca and then up Brown Mountain, can see that there's a very large scarp there, which is 800 or 900 meters high, and if you go to our global atlas of pumped hydro, you can see that there are dozens and dozens and dozens of potential pumped hydro systems there, and in all the way up and down that scarp, actually.
Fantastic. That's very exciting. So you would say that the Bega Valley could quite feasibly produce and use all energy that's produced in the Bega Valley and become self-sufficient in energy.
Maybe not the Bega Valley, but if you include the Boca Rock wind farm and take all the way through to Kosciuszko National Park through to the coast, that is a large enough unit with enough sun and wind and pumped hydro opportunities to be energy neutral, not just electricity neutral, energy neutral when we electrify transport and heating.
Fantastic. And so, can I put you on the spot here, Andrew? Say we had a federal government that was fully behind sustainable energy, a state government, local councils on board, a community that was eager to progress to a carbon neutral economy. How long do you think that would take if we had all the cards lined up?
Quite a long time. It could take as long as 2030 to get the whole job done, or maybe a year or two beyond 2030. It's not very difficult. The whole southeast corner of New South Wales is blessed with pretty good solar, great wind, and unlimited pumped hydro opportunities. The things that need to happen are just to get on with building at least one pumped hydro, for example, somewhere in the southeast, and to get on with buying electric vehicles instead of internal combustion vehicles, and to get rid of gas heating in favour of electric heating. It's really quite straightforward to do the whole job in 10 years. If we wanted to do it quick, we could probably do it in 7 or 8 years. But the critical requirements now are not the electricity supply from wind and solar, or even the storage. It is moving quickly away from petrol vehicles towards electric vehicles, and just getting rid of horrible gas heaters in favour of electric heaters and electric heat pumps. Nothing to invent. It's just a matter of getting it done. Yep,
fantastic. And my final question, Andrew, if we're talking about pumped hydro, the possibility of increasing water reservoirs to cope with pumped hydro. We're a community that's heavily dependent on dairy and farming, and we need water. climate change, we're looking at prolonged dry spells and intermittent heavy rainfalls. It looks, I would say that we need to be thinking about storing water. Is that something that pumped hydro can help us with?
Absolutely. If you overbuild one of the reservoirs, so it's actually much larger than you need for the energy storage, then of course you end up with a water storage, and that means that you can have water storage from dry periods, wet periods into dry periods. You can have all the energy storage you need and get rid of all the emissions from the southeast corner of New South Wales and save money, because energy from renewables is substantially cheaper now than energy from coal, oil and gas. So the faster we do this, the faster we save money and help save the planet.
Fantastic, Andrew. It's been terrific talking to you, and I'd love to get you back on the show at some point and get your feedback about a particular pump hydro project that I'm going to be talking about later this hour. Thanks very much for your time, Andrew.
Thank you very much.